It's been a day that will go down in history surely, the day that saw the Berlin Wall become defunct. In an announcement last night by communist East German leaders, and one that caught most people on the hop, East German citizens will be allowed free and direct access to the West. The visa-free travel sparked off a rush from East Berliners to other points in a city that they'd never seen or been allowed to travel to before. They opened champagne, sang and danced in the streets around the Kudamm, Checkpoint Charlie, the Brandenburg Gate and at other crossing points in the city. What followed was something that most people had only dreamt about. Friday, the 10th of November, 1989, 28 years and 3 months after the Berlin Wall went up, the very symbol of East-West divide and the most amazing scenes. I'm standing on top of the infamous Berlin Wall, right in front of the Brandenburg Gate. There are thousands and thousands of Berliners alongside me. Over in the east, the sun is shining on the radio tower, the rays reflecting in the form of a cross on its glass. Berliners say that this cross is a symbol of hope that one day Berlin will be one again. This is the first day that all looks possible since 1945. The East German border guards just watch. They appear powerless. This is a day that will go down in history. Some of the very excited people that are on top of the Berlin Wall at the Brandenburg Gate have jumped over the wall into the east. There are about 50 border guards that are pushing forward and appear to be pushing the people back. They stop about 5 meters from the wall. Some of the people are trying to scrabble back on top of the block. This is amazing. Something that I don't think anybody thought would ever actually happen. The youngsters that jumped down onto the eastern side have now scrambled back on top of the wall, and the border guards just standing and watching, doing absolutely nothing. East and West Berliners hugging each other. Bottles of champagne are being opened. It really is the most amazing scenes. Through the arches of the Brandenburg Gate, I can see the Russian embassies, and there are crowds and crowds of East Berliners who are looking through to the west, and over here on top of the Berlin Wall, looking directly back up towards the Victory Column. The place is absolutely swarming with people and vehicles. There are camera crews galore. There's a big Bundespost outside broadcast vehicle here, sending the pictures all around the world. This really is the day that the world stopped and watched the amazing events and incidents in Berlin. Since we've been on the air, we've just been able to get a link through to Baz Reilly, who's up above the city with the Army Air Corps.
This is Roundabout Riles. I'm in a helicopter piloted by Major John Lay of 7 Flight. John, where are we now?
We're just coming up alongside the Reichstag at 1,000 feet, looking east into East Berlin. Down below us you can see the Reichstag, to the right the Brandenburg Gate, and then a very good view of East Berlin down to the Communist Party headquarters.
You can actually see where the Brandenburg Gate is. For those of you that don't know Berlin, the Brandenburg Gate is almost, if you like, in the center of Berlin. And there's a wall. The Berlin Wall goes around it and bulges out. And the wall itself is about 6 feet thick on the top, and there isn't a space. People are standing on the wall from the very edge right the way through. It's great. There's loads of people behind them clambering up. People are exchanging positions on the wall. John, how do you feel?
Quite exhilarated. This is, I suppose, in 28 years of flying, one of the most memorable days I'll ever have.
I might be an old romantic, but I feel that one day perhaps we can travel all the way down from West Berlin, right the way through Unter den Linden and pass below the Brandenburg Gate and through its large pillars. I hope so.
And at the Brandenburg Gate came Willy Brandt, the governing mayor of Berlin, when the symbol of division between East and West was built in August 1961.
One has the clear feeling that we are much closer to unity than we were before, that the two parts of Berlin will grow together, so will people, families in divided Germany. So, but this then corresponds with the larger process, which has to do with the growing together of the parts of Europe. So it's an important part of that.
How long before you see a united Germany?
Well, we will come much closer together. The concrete form in which this happens will not only depend upon what we demand, but it will also depend upon which arrangement we can work out with our European neighbors, because the question of German unity is a question to the Germans themselves, but also to their neighbors, and especially to those four powers who still carry responsibility for Germany as a whole.